Give me a minute. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. I can do this. I can do this. Okay. You guys remember when I was saying that there's a lot of low budget films that I was supposed to be doing reviews about that were bad? Well, I don't mean as in bad as in like suck, but I was trying to phrase that as in a good way, you know? Some films that I have that are good, and there are some that are just completely stupid. Like some don't make any sense. And this film that I'm about to talk about, The ABCs of Death, really? The ABCs of Death. Okay, all right. For those people that seen that film already, for those who watched and witnessed the irony of that movie, just oh my god! I've seen bad movies, movies that were high budget, movies that everybody are aware of that sucks today. But I think if you watch the ABCs of Death, you watch it and you're scarred for life. It is that bad. And here I am. This is why I'm right here now in the camera showing you with my own face how bad this movie is. Okay, let me tell you. Let me tell you why it's bad. Okay, and why it does not deserve anybody else's eyeballs to be seen in this TV to watch this movie. First of all, last year I was still in a quest of finding some movies, and I was really obscure to try to find. I was really dedicated to try to find something good, like something pumped and obliterating, something that everybody is talking about. And I was at Target, and that was when a lot of good scary movies was out. I mean, you had what was that movie called? Hey, what was that movie called about those aliens that we seen? It was about these. It was about the you know what I'm talking about, right? Dark Skies. That's what it was called. Dark Skies. I picked up Dark Skies. I picked up Chernobyl Diaries. That movie was okay. What else I picked up? Mama. It was good, but it just ended out with so much CGI in the end. It was just complete disaster. But then I came across this movie called The ABCs of Death. Now I looked at it and I was like, "What is this?" And then I read the whole thing about it, and then some guy from one of the people from Target came up to me with some guy with a big beard that looks like Goken from Street Fighter, and he asks me, "You gonna pick this movie up?" And I was like, I don't know nothing about this movie. Like, is this movie new?" Now I seen the label on the bottom, Magnet Entertainment. Magnet Entertainment, they're a low budget company, but they sometimes make some good films, and this guy was telling me what was this movie about, and he was telling me that it's about like all these directors. You're talking about 22 directors from all over the world directing each alphabet of this film. So you got one director from Japan. I'm just using this as an example. You got like one director from Japan directing A, another person from another country directing B, stuff like that. So each director is directing each alphabet of this movie. And what got me was is that each of these directors directed like a lot of thriller movies, a lot of low budget scary film movies that were banned in some states because it was so violent, it was so intense, and it was just so glorified. People had to just literally, like, people was getting seizures watching stuff like this, and people was complaining about these movie companies, saying that this stuff was way too much. Like, I didn't expect this to be that, that intense. So he tells me at Target that all these directors was in this are in this film directing these alphabets and showing you how intense this movie is. Now, I was when he told me that, I was like, really? Like, are you serious? And he was like, yeah, so it's going to be a pretty good. He tells me it's a pretty freaking good movie. But I asked him, have you seen it yourself? He said no. He said no, but he said he read the film about it. He said that a lot of people was recommending him to see it, but these people didn't see it either. He said that his girlfriend really wants to see it, and because the concept about it. I mean, think about it. I mean, you got 22 directors directing 22 alphabets. And not only that, hold on 1 minute. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so think about it. I mean, it's all these directors, 22 directors directing 22 alphabets of this movie, and all of them made like violent horror movies, like just fantastic thrillers. And I haven't seen none of these, but it's just what I've heard. So all these scary movies I bought, besides the ABCs of Death, like Mama and Chernobyl Diaries and Dark Skies, I could not wait to see the ABCs of Death because I was pumped up, other than the other movies I picked up because, it was just one category, one storyline to it, So I mean I was still happy, but not as much as the ABCs of Death because it was so much that I was looking forward to. And you know me, I love movies like that. That was when everything just went uphill. I guess I was expecting too much from a low budget film. But here's the problem with this movie. And this movie has a lot of it. And I'm gonna try to not rant about this so much, but there's so much I gotta talk about. Now in the alphabet A, it's it's just when I first seen like 5 minutes of the film, I was I was a little let down. I was expecting more. Now different director, different process, different story, whatever. I was expecting more. I was expecting more from that. Now this is just the alphabet A I'm talking about. Now imagine everything else, but I had to watch it all. But the more I was watching the film, the more let down I was being in this. Like I was being this movie is just so bad. It's just so terrible. First of all, this movie is not scary. Believe it or not, it's not scary at all. Which these directors that directed scary films was supposed to make this scary, and I don't know why. It's not thrilling. It's not bone chilling. And it didn't have none of that in this film. It didn't. Now, if you're telling me, well, this movie has like its good points, but the movie doesn't supposed to have like that type of stuff like that. And what I mean by that is, yeah, this movie was kind of funny, but at the same time, this movie makes you feel gross. And when it just, I'm gonna spoil it for you because you're not gonna want to watch this after I spoil this for you. This movie is so disgusting. And like there are scenes where you just want to you just shake your head. There are scenes where you just ask yourself, what, really? And there are just scenes where you just wish that you have never watched this film. There's just scenes that you just want to walk away from it. And I was feeling like that, and it should not be like that in this movie. And one other thing, why is Epi on this film? What other purpose does he have other than to roast the crap out of me? I mean, Epi really, I like, real talk, man. You're a cool actor or whatever, and you do have those roles to roast and creep people out. But dude, like, you gotta, I don't know. I mean, you made like a couple of movies in Magnet Entertainment, but Really? Why was you in this movie? I don't know, but this movie is just beyond stupid. I mean, there are like scenes where, oh my god, this was so stupid. Like there was a scene on this film where the whole thing is stupid. The whole thing on this movie is stupid. But but it did have some funny points. It did have some funny moments. Like there was this part where there was this one alphabet chapter that some guy directed. They used like the cast and crew that directed this. They decided to use clay figures like on Robot Chicken, you know, and they it was about this haunted toilet. And that was that it was like this kid was afraid to use it, and you know it was like one of those are you afraid of the dark type of stories, you know. His father always tells him, "Do you want to use a bathroom?" The kid was like, "No, I think the toilet is gonna eat me alive," you know. So the father was like, "Dude, just sit your butt in the toilet," and they didn't believe him. But all of a sudden, the toilet comes to life and just started eating them alive. It was freaking hilarious. I liked it that, but all the other stuff on that film was just stupid, you know. And another thing I want to talk about is the directors. Now, from what I heard about these directors, they've made good films, but that was what I was expecting. You guys team up to make this film. Where's the where was the things that y'all was best at? You know, like you most of you directors was the like y'all was made for directing thriller movies and hack and slashes. Where was the thrilling points of this film? Where was the hacking slashing moments? Where was a point where I was supposed to be afraid? I didn't see none of that in this film. You know, like the movie was funny. I'll give it that, but it should not be like that in the ABCs of Death. I was expecting to be scared. I was expecting to be. I was expecting. I was expecting a lot more than just to be scared, especially if these people were supposed to be making a lot of money by making a lot of scary movies, you know. But it was nothing like that. And I know this is a low budget film, but when you have 22 directors, there's no excuse. And it felt like they just fooled around in this film. Now I cannot if there was a movie to fool around on, then it wouldn't be a big deal. But even though it would still be a big deal because there was some points in this movie where it just made you think like, what, really? Why would you put this in this film? Like there was this one scene and it was so unforgivable. This female prostitute, um, whore, whatever you want to call this broad, but she lives like she struggles or whatever, like a life of a regular, normal, low key chick or whatever that's trying to work two jobs. She's whore around with everybody else, trying to get some money, and all of a sudden she's offered a job position to be a model. Now, it's not bad until the end where oh my God, this was just so freaking unbelievable. And this has had to be one of the most disappointing and most shocking and the most inexcusable things that they put in this film. She, I don't even want to say it. She finds a cat, right? She finds a cat. Cat comes by her leg. And then she stomps on the cat one time. And then she stops for a second to let it sink in that, she just stomped on a cat with high heels. And then she does it again numerous of times. Now I'm just saying to myself, I'm just watching the film, just scratching my head like, what the fuck, really? Why would you put this on the film? It makes no freaking sense. It makes no sense. So stuff like that are in this movie, and that's just the beginning of this film. Now, when you see stuff like that, you just be like, "What the fuck, really?" I mean, it just comes out of place, like just random boobs, just random titties from some chick or whatever, like just screaming at the camera. It's not even good ones. It's just just boobs that's just straight right here, and then like all the way at the bottom, it's just like it's slanted, like upwards, like just those jade type of boobs or whatever. Why is that in the film? Spend your hard-earned money to do something more progressive, as in making better directors be in this film. You know what I'm saying? Like make something more. Give us what we expected in this movie. That's why this movie is such a big trial and error piece of crap. and it felt like this was just a movie just to cash in. I hate that. I hate when people do stuff like that. But the ABCs of Death is the biggest movie that does this. I mean, it was just unexpected. Now, like I said, if it was to bring stuff like that to the table purposely, and we was expecting this, then that would be fine, you know. But you're giving us the impression when we see this box, we thinking, and when we read this and we read these directors and their filmography from the history, it gives us it gives us the idea that this movie is going to be scary. It does not have that at all. I mean, you think that you've seen scary movies that were bad back then, like Insidious or any other bad scary movies like that? None of these movies are like the ABCs of Death, okay? Yeah, they might be. Yeah, they might be ridiculous, but at least they had they jump in parts. At least they had you at the edge of your seat a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? On the ABCs of Death, they don't have that. They don't. They have zero pop-ins. They have zero. You get scared zero times in this film. What the fuck? Is this the best you can do with the ABCs of Death? Really? This is the best you can do? What happened to all the stuff that we was promised, like scare pop-in moments, ghosts, demonic possessions, stuff like that? Women coming out of TV, something, anything. This is one of the most ungrateful must. Oh my God, man! This movie is just you. You know, you know what? Oh my God, this movie is just complete, just a complete disaster. And the fact that that was the main thing that killed it for me. I was so hyped up to buy this movie. I was expecting a lot more. You know, when you hear stuff like that, that all these directors came up and made a film like this, you expect to see something better. You expect to see something like something that you have never experienced before. You know. Now, like I said, yeah, it's a low budget film, but still, you could have done better than that. And you tell me all these 22 directors didn't want to put the effort into this? Really? Now, the movie will gross you out. If you want to be grossed out, still don't watch this film. You want to be grossed out? Fine. You want to watch a grossed out movie? Fine. But don't watch it. There's another movie you can watch. It's called Jackass. You want to watch a grossed out movie? Watch that. Do not pick up ABCs of Death. The only thing that this movie is worth for is to play a trick to your friends. You know, you want to watch a scary movie? Go ahead, pop it in, and then you watch their impressions of how they feel. That's the only good thing this movie is capable of. It has the most gross, the most stupidest things that you just wish that you have never seen before. You know, I mean, just you think that cat was bad, which was just terrible. Why would you do that to that? Why would you do that? Like, I know it's fake, but when you give us the idea like that, we want to think it's real. But that's why it killed it for me. Like, why would you? That's just what killed it for me. Now, the only thing I forgot to point this out. The I actually do have a favorite alphabet, if that makes any sense, and that's that's alphabet X, double XL, basically. It's just I will spoil it. It's this girl, this overweight chick, very big. She's big up here, but she has little legs, you know. Very deformed female. Now, while she's walking to the bus and getting out of the bus and on her way to her apartment, all these people making fun of her, you know, and you feel sorry for her or whatever. So all of a sudden, I guess she had it with her body, you know, she just had it with people making fun of her. So when she gets home, she watches this commercial or a channel, whatever. They didn't explain that, but they were saying there's a skinny girl trying on like these swimsuits and stuff, and it was I guess she was getting jealous and she wanted to be like her, because you see this girl on this commercial, she just moving her body and stuff and just doing this stupid stuff, just skinny women, just modelizing basically. So this girl, this fat chick, she just literally just loses her shit, and she just grabs a knife, grabs any other sharp object, and just cut every fat piece of her body, and it shows it. And I was like, Jesus Christ! I was like, oh my God, that now that was what I was looking for. Now that was like the only acceptable thing. Anything else on this movie is just blatant crazy. I could not believe the rest of the film. Like the letter O, orgasm? Are you serious? You couldn't do anything better than that? I mean, the letter O just shows a female just laying down in bed and some guy is just going down on her, and she just popping bubbles out of her mouth. You couldn't do better than that? And there's rumors that they're saying that they're making a sequel. Now, I don't know if there's a sequel bang on this movie, but this was hardly a satisfying film. Hardly. I mean, they're probably gonna make the 1, 2, 3s of death or something like that. But this movie was hardly enjoyable. You know, I mean, it had its nasty moments, it had its stupid moments, its funny moments, but those was rarely ones. Out of all 22 alphabets, you're only gonna enjoy only 2, 3 at the most. The rest of them is just gross, makes your stomach crawl, and just makes you wish that you haven't even seen it in the TV. You know, I mean, comparing this to a bad film, comparing this to something that gross and horrifying, all right, it's just the same as you buying a scary film. Well, you know what? Let me stop right there. It's like when you buy the ABCs of Death, it's like you buying the whole complete DVD box set of Two Girls in One Cup. It's just like buying that. It's just like buying that. Whatever you saw in Two Girls in One Cup, remember how gross that was? That's what you're gonna get buying the ABCs of Death. Now, I seen this film. It was terrible, but I had to finish it because I bought it. Now, do I recommend everybody watching this film to watch it? No, do not watch this movie. Even if you can watch it for free, still don't watch it because, like I said, if you have a weak stomach or it's just stupid. Just it fails to deliver the things that it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be thrilling. It's not supposed to be nasty. It's not supposed to be. You're not supposed to stomp on cats. I don't care how of a horror film movie it is. You're not supposed to do that. Why would you stomp on a cat? It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense. Why would you do that? You don't do that. You do not step on no cats with high heels. You don't do that. You don't do that. No. No. That was what really killed it for me was that. Now there are other alphabets on there that's just way out of proportion, but I think that was the main movie killer for me was that, and it's I think it's letter S if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's letter S, but man, they really should have. I think they should have just took their time and trying to find some better directors. You know, like if they really dug in deep, if they took the directors that made The Conjuring, Dark Skies, Paranormal Activity, The Devil Inside, Saw, if they put all those directors together and made this film like remade or whatever, holy crap! This would be the movie that everybody would be talking about. Everybody that's into scary films. If you like scary movies, watch the ABCs of Death. You like survival and horror, watch the ABCs of Death. You like possession and exorcism, gun blasting, and a lot of shooting and crap flying around, watch the ABCs of Death. But that ain't what happened. That's not what happened with this film, but that's what I was expecting. They didn't have demonic possession. They didn't have none of that. Instead, they just have crapped up boob job breasts, cat stomping, and just stupid masturbation videos. That's it. That's all they got on this film. Now, I think I think I said enough about this film or whatever. You want to watch it. Like I said, if you want to watch something gross, don't watch this film. Don't. I mean, why would you want to? I mean, they stomp cats on this film. They kill cats. You know, like when you watch Jackass, you know when they do stupid stuff or whatever, they never done stuff like that. In fact, on we know when their video starts, it shows a screen saying that they never hurt animals. But on ABC's of Death, they just say, "Fuck that! We're gonna kill animals just so they can make money." Now I don't know if like I said, I don't know if the cat was real ever, but it still does not matter. You're giving us the minimal of the thought that this was real. But I was really expecting a lot more on this film. I was really expecting a lot more, you know. Like I said, I was hoping that would be one of those films I would really recommend you people watching, but instead it's not. It doesn't deliver the scary movie. It's not scary at all. Like I said, how would you like to have a movie just like I said, you saying that all these other scary movies are bad. How would you like to have a film that is not scary at all to the point where it just delivers something else? That's like going to the movie theater to watch Halloween or The Conjuring 2. And instead of you watching the movie, having your popcorn and getting scared or whatever, and you're shaking or whatever, instead you're cracking up. Instead you're getting grossed out. Instead you want to walk out of movies. That's what ABC's of Death is. You want to watch a scary movie? Fine, but don't watch ABC's of Death. You want to watch something gross? Still, don't watch ABC's of Death. That's just something that's just on DVD and Blu-ray that you just want to walk away from. In fact, I came back to Target and all the copies of ABC's of Death was gone. All of it. I guess nobody was buying it, and I was the dumb idiot that picked it up. And the fool that recommended me for buying this, well, he didn't see it himself, but I guess somebody else told him, the film or whatever, and he was hyped up, and he told me about it, and I was hyped up. It was like spreading the virus, and I caught it, and it's in my freaking Blu-ray aisle library with all the other pieces of crap. Yeah, that's all I want to talk about with the ABCs of Death. Y'all done fucked it up, and I just wish that if y'all watching this, the people, all you 22 directors, whatever, all you 22 directors, hey brother, Jerome, come here, come here, come here. All you guys that's watching this film or whatever, watching this video or whatever, do this on the camera. Come on, do it. No, let them see it. Let them see it. Y'all see that? You see that? I wish I had 22 other fingers to show this to you guys. You messed this movie up. And I cannot believe how hyped up I was watching this film. I cannot believe it. I mean, I went home or whatever, played my video games or whatever. Cannot wait till the night to come or whatever. Then I ordered pizza, brought my friends over, brought my girlfriend or whatever. I just cannot wait to watch this film. But it was like waiting for a buffalo to take a shit all over your face. Yeah, you know what? The more I keep talking about, you know what? Let me stop this video right now because the more I think about it, the more things I have to say about this film. This is Hugo from Facebook. I hope y'all guys enjoyed this film and stay away from ABCs of Death. Stay away from it. If you see this film, smash it. Smash it with a hammer into every little fragment is like invisible. This movie, the fact that even it exists, is like a total abomination to mankind. This movie should not be here, and I am not kidding. I am dead fucking serious. Fucking serious.